Welcome back, I suppose. I am delighted to announce that today's podcast is sponsored by the local town crier service, Town Square Space. I say that I'm delighted, but as you can imagine, I'm being less than completely sincere. Town Squarespace provides an all-in-one platform that gives you everything you need to announce your announcements or proclaim your proclamations. Who writes this stuff? Town Squarespace's professional town criers are at least 30% louder than any other town criers. Whether you're just getting started or are an established brand, our powerful platform helps your business grow. I remember when it was perfectly acceptable to announce your next genocidal plan by posting it on the local notice board, but apparently no one looks at notice boards anymore, so you have to pay a man to bellow in people's faces. You people sicken me. Back to the podcast. I have let Russ, Morrissey and Peter Coffey out of the dungeon for a few hours. You're lucky you can't smell them.
All the tabletop role-playing news, we aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG.
Hello, and welcome to Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I, as always, am Morrus, aka Russ, or Russ, aka Morrus, and with me today is...
Peter Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Role Players. Russ, it's fantastic to be here.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I noticed you free running across the obstacle course outside the front of my house today.
Yeah, pretty much. It was not too shabby. I was able to practice my cat leaps and make some distance. It was good.
Just for context, because the listeners won't have any idea what we're talking about. I'm having a driveway put in, and there's loads of builders and diggering things and...
Well, I must say, that's not what you told me. You said you were installing an Evil Overlord-style magma trap, to which I suggested maybe make a balsa wood pathway.
Yeah, it is going to be a lava pit, yeah.
Yeah, and that will cut down a lot on the door-to-door salesman, has said. So
I was going to put piranhas in the lava pit, but then I suddenly thought...
Oh, no, you can't use piranhas. I don't
think the piranhas would survive very long in a lava... Unless they've got robotic piranhas.
Oh, robotic piranhas with lasers on their head?
Why not?
The problem with that, of course, is the budgetary constraints, because unless your Kickstarter does a lot better than you think it will, they do cost something in the region of $1 million.
Each?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
I know, right? It's awkward. Like one piranha with a laser and it says...
How do you know this?
How do you not? Are you telling me you've let your subscription to Evil Overlord monthly subscribe?
Oh, damn it.
I mean, you know there's like an Evil Overlord list? That's Peter's Evil Overlord list.
Ooh.
I'm not that Peter, I'd like to clarify, but, the point remains.
Ah, you're just a Peter.
I'm just a Peter, one of many. We are Legion. Whoop, whoop.
Shall we do some RPG news?
Oh, go on. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
why not?
Yes. Okay, then. Let's do some RPG news.
Huzzah!
Okay, so there was an article over on Bloomberg.
Oh, yes.
It was called The Rise of the Professional Dungeon Master.
Okay.
And it was all about this chap who's getting $500 per session to professionally run games for his...
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yes. Good.
See, there's a picture of him. He's a very dramatic looking man. A nice big beard and a very sort of dramatic face on him there.
Yes. I noticed that his fireplace is covered with a picture of a cloth holding bookshelves as opposed to actual bookshelves.
Oh, yes. I didn't notice that. Yeah, about that. Yes. Okay. Lots of miniatures about his room and stuff like that.
Yeah. What was this chap's name then?
Devon Chulik.
Devon
Chulik. So, it's an article about the sort of rise of professional dungeon masters.
Yes.
I feel like there's an article about this in some outlet every 6 months or so.
Professional games masters, how I might call them, to distinguish them from other people who might have a very similar sort of job title.
Dungeon masters, yes. Yes, okay. Took me a second there.
Yes. I was wondering why you were talking about it. I was like, well, it's interesting, but I mean, hurrah for equality. But anyway, moving on.
What was I saying before you so rudely interrupted?
I was just asking a clarifying question. That's hardly a rude interruption.
All right, so the article said that 40 million people were playing D&D every year.
That's a lot of people.
That is a hell of a lot of people. That's like the size of a country.
Yes. Where did they get these statistics?
Well, it's interesting. It was an estimated 40 million people, and I wrote about this on EN World, just sort of saying, hey, Bloomberg said this, and the interesting thing about this is, according to the article, there's 40 million people playing D&D every year. And I was thinking, wow, that's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
But then Wizards of the Coast PR people contacted me and said, actually, Bloomberg got it wrong. Yeah. It's not 40 million people every year, it's 40 million people since 1974, which is a slightly different statistic.
That is a slightly different statistic.
Yes. So what they're saying is 40 million people have played D&D, which is still a lot of people, and it's still nearly a country.
It still didn't answer my question, on what basis is this made?
I could not tell you.
No.
I mean, it's according to Wizards of the Coast, so... I assume Wizards of the Coast does some kind of...
Did they even mean 40 million playing? Well, anyway, sorry. Let's move on.
I don't know. I'll ask him. I won't ask him.
You won't ask them?
I won't ask them.
No, they're not talking to you. You know why.
Yes.
You know what you did. So how does being a professional dungeon master work?
Basically, charge $500 or so for a 4-hour game session.
$500 for a 4-hour game session?
Yeah. I get the impression you have to make it really good.
No,
you've got to have all the props you need, and it's got to be atmospheric and with handouts, and it's got to be a really, really, really good atmospheric session in a nice environment.
Well, you're basically paying for theatre tickets at that point. So
yeah. Well, 4 hours, so you've got a group of 4 people, so it's $100 each.
Yep.
For 4 hours, so $25 for an hour per person.
Yes.
Not too bad.
That's a theatre ticket. So you're going to this person's one-man show. I mean, fair enough. If people pay it, then and that pays his rent, then good.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. But
what else do we have?
I don't know. What else do we have?
What else do we have? You tell me. What do we have?
I heard that there was a certain moderately interesting Kickstarter that might have broken the £70,000 mark.
Oh, yes. And there's only 4 days left.
4 days left.
So by the time people hear this...
There'll be 1 day left.
Yes.
You best get in on that.
Unless they hear it late, in which case there'll be no days left.
Oh, unlucky.
That would be unfortunate.
You'll just have to go to drive-through RPG like the rest of us.
Eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, the a Touch More Class Kickstarter. Yes. There you go. Me forgetting the name of my own Kickstarter for a second now. What's my name? Who am I?
Try and focus, Russ.
What's this D&D thing? Yes, the Touch More Class Kickstarter ends on Friday, and it's just past £71,000. Woo! Which I think is rather awesome.
Yes. How much is that in dollars?
I know. I've got a way to find out.
Yeah.
Alexa, what's £71,000 in US dollars?
£71,000 is $88,955 US dollars and 71 cents.
There you go, $88,000.
Well, nearly 89 to be fair, but yeah.
So I wonder what's $100,000. Alexa, what's $100,000 in pounds?
100,000 US dollars is £79,802.
Ooh, if I could make it to 79,000 by the end of the week, that'll be $100,000.
That'd be pretty respectable.
That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Be a nice round number.
Yeah, $0.1
Yeah.
But yeah, you've only got 4 days to do it, so yeah.
Yeah.
But looking good though.
Yeah, but you always get an uptick at the end of a Kickstarter, so
yeah.
Possible.
So fingers crossed that the Kickstarter servers stay up and aren't DDoS'd by all the people desperately trying to get onto them to sign up for your Kickstarter at the last possible moment.
That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah. Hey, the ENnie's voting's live.
The ENnies?
Yeah,
exciting.
You can now go online and vote for your favourite products. I've gone online and voted. Have you done it yet?
Nope.
Make sure you do.
Okay.
Important that you do.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Where do I vote?
You vote on the ENnie's website, which is ENnieAwards.com.
Ah, yes, and ENnie, of course, isn't spelled A-N-Y, as it's pronounced, but E-N-N-I-E. E-N-N-I-E-awards.com, yeah. Ah, using hyphens.
Yes, and then they'll be announcing the winners at Gen Con on the Friday night in a big, lavish ceremony.
Ooh, that's, Friday the 2nd? Yes, yes, Friday 2nd of August.
That would be Friday the 2nd of August.
Wow, there you go. Get in before then.
This is a good one. Did you hear about Your RPG is Shit?
Yes, I did actually. That was very interesting.
Yeah, so Your RPG is Shit, obviously, is this basically attack site.
Yes.
Where it was anonymously run, so nobody
Yes.
knew who was behind it,
Yeah.
and basically it was just horrible. It was it would just tear apart other people's work and stuff like that. It was mean. It was homophobic. It was transphobic.
The hate speech was definitely
it was all
very,
phobes,
very heavy.
all phobes you can think of. I think.
If it never met a phobe it didn't like.
Yeah, and also it was just. It was just mean. It was so mean-spirited.
It was not constructive criticism.
No,
we
not
say
in the
that quite
slightest.
safely.
Well, anyway, the creator of that site
Yes.
managed to accidentally out himself.
Oops.
Because on his site, he posted a picture of someone's Facebook post that he was mocking.
Yes.
He decided he was going to post this picture of this person's Facebook post and mock it and say mean-spirited things about them.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, on Facebook, where it's got that little reply box underneath the post,
Awkward.
and it shows your avatar and stuff.
Super awkward.
So he was logged into his account
Yes.
when he took the screenshot, and he included that bit, which basically showed exactly who it was.
Yeah.
Which was careless, I would say.
A touch, yes.
Yes. And the guy, I've forgotten his name now, but he's from Something Awful Games.
No, it's Awfully Good Games.
Awfully Good Games.
David Gilliams or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's having been looking at your RPG show and just being like, wow, this is really interesting. And also, I must admit, there's a certain other RPG author that was a darling before they managed to attract all the truth and infamy in the world. So I was just reading and enjoying reading someone else being really mean about them because I'm a terrible person. But it was quite interesting because then all the stuff that this author was flagging up about why other games were bad, when you went to look at the Awfully Good Games website, you could see, oh yes, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, because he had a real hate on for Dungeon World, didn't he?
Yes, which was ironic, really.
Yeah, but he published a lot of stuff for Dungeon World.
Yes, and also anything any white space on a page, hated that.
Yeah.
So it was making a big thing about how there's no white space. Any art that wasn't up to their standards, they really hated that. So it's making a big thing about the art. It was just basically there's very little.
So then he took down the website.
Mm-hmm.
He's also taken down his company site, although he's still running a Kickstarter.
Bold choice.
Yeah, and he's denying it everywhere.
Deny.
But, if it wasn't him, why did he take down the website then? Or why did the person who owns the website take it down then, if they had nothing to do with him?
Deny, avoid, reverse, victim and offender.
Yeah. So the website's gone now. Although I think if you use the Wayback Machine, you can probably find bits of it at least.
Can't really recommend it. There's better criticism sites out there with far less weight of a feeling that you're wading through sewage.
Yes. Yeah. But there we go. Irony, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's irony, more just carelessness leads to outing yourself. And if you value your anonymity, maybe you shouldn't spend all your time being really horrendous about your co-creators.
I think what it is really unprofessional if you are a publisher attacking other publishers like that.
Oh yeah.
If you're a fan, it's not good behaviour. But if you're a publisher,
if you're a fan, it's just mild sociopathy. If you're a publisher, it's just what are you doing?
Yeah,
you should know better. There's a certain element of creative types having to stick together, but
Oh well. Anyway,
their history now. There you
go. Vampire 5th edition.
Yep.
Headed up by Modifius.
Yes.
Has launched an organised play campaign.
How exciting! It's a shame Sam Webb didn't mention that the other day when he was on the podcast. Or I suppose would that fall under his hat?
Well, this was before they announced it, so I presume he's not allowed to pre-announce things they're about to announce.
There we were hoping for an exclusive. well. Anyway, Sam, it's okay. We forgive you. We understand.
Well, it's going to be based on their The Fall of London campaign.
Oh yes,
the first official chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. And also they've announced a couple new products that are coming out. And they are, let's have a look, I saw them here a second ago. We have the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Player's Guide.
Nice.
This is a guide which has more info on clans and disciplines and new tools and an overview of all 13 kindred clans in one place.
Exciting stuff.
And there's also a starter set, which is aimed at your friends who want to get started as storytellers.
Okay, so storyteller being the Vampire the Masquerade speak for Games Master or Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they've seen the success of Wizards of the Coast and Adventurers League and are hopping on that.
Why not?
Yeah, good idea.
Still on Modiphius.
Yes.
John Carter of Mars.
Oh, that was a good film. Dated but entertaining books. And a role-playing game as well.
Oh, well, the role-playing game's been out a while. They've just launched a whole bunch of new releases for the role-playing game.
Oh, fantastic. It's getting some love. Always good to hear.
Yeah. So what have we got? We've got print and PDF versions of the Player's Guide.
Yep.
We've got the Heroes of Helium miniature set.
The Heroes of Helium.
Heroes of Helium. Heroes of Helium.
I suppose, but if you had some helium, it would sound like this.
Character and token and landscape and location card decks.
Interesting.
Yeah, these are quite interesting. So we've got some characters here. We've got John Carter and Morrus Kajak. I don't know how you pronounce these people's names.
Oh, that's okay. There's Deja Forest.
Mattia Shang.
Yeah.
And then we've got
Tarkus.
various locations like Barsoom from the Air.
Yeah.
Or the Airship Keys.
There we go.
In 52 full-colour tarot-sized cards.
Marvellous.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Absolutely lovely.
I think someone's going to be very happy when that comes out. Yeah. I shall have to look at it. Have a look out for John Carter of Mars games at the next convention I'm at. Yes.
Guardian has written about D&D.
What, the Guardian newspaper?
The Guardian newspaper.
Oh, yes.
He's written an article entitled "No More Nerds: How Dungeons and Dragons Finally Became Cool."
Interesting.
Basically, every major newspaper on the planet has pretty much written a version of this article now, because the Washington Post did it,
Yes.
and the New York Times did it,
Yes.
and the BBC's done it.
Yes.
The Guardian's now doing it. So we keep getting this. It's basically the same article over and over again, and it will list a bunch of celebrities. And this one talks about Drew Barrymore and Matthew Lillard and people like that who are D&D fans.
So basically,
And then
what
they all
we
talk
can-
about Stranger Things, and they all talk about...
Yeah, it's basically whenever a commissioning editor finally gets around to binge watching Stranger Things, then they're like, "Hey, this is really interesting. We should do something about this. Dungeons and Dragons."
Talking of Stranger Things, I finally finished Season 3.
Oh, yes, excellent stuff.
I preferred it to Season 2.
Oh, interesting. I have heard that opinion as well. Jess didn't really like it because there's a lot of jump scares in it.
Yeah, it was quite gory, this one. Was it more gory than the previous ones? I feel like it was.
There was potential for gore, and they certainly did some interesting tricks playing around with the perceptions of the viewer by having things that were impulses shot, and then it was like cutting back to this didn't actually happen, this was just an impulse of the character.
Yeah.
Which I liked. It was interesting stuff. Yeah, I think for me, the first series remains the best because they had a wonderfully interesting and intricate mystery.
I agree. First series is my favourite.
Tiny ensemble cast. Lots of focus on the characters, lots of character development. Then Stranger Things 2, they've expanded this, and the mystery's less exciting. And then Stranger Things 3, they have expanded once again the cast and the mystery. I found interesting, but it's not as compellingly mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, there's things I like about it, which I suppose I shouldn't say because it will be spoilers.
Damn
But
right
I
you're
like
not saying
who the bad guys are.
Yes, no,
And
it's
it's right for the
interesting.
80s as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's all perfect for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really well done stuff. And the ending scene, I think.
Or the after credits scene.
Yes. There you go. I think that was very well judged because it puts them in a place to either carry on or not as they see fit.
Right, what else have we got? Are you familiar with Kings of War?
I am not.
So, Kings of War is
Is it not some sort of mobile game or something?
I'm having a look. So basically, Red Scar have announced a tabletop RPG of it.
Okay.
They're collaborating with Mantic Games, who are the people who created Kings of War, to bring the fantasy setting to life. launching on Kickstarter in August.
So it is actually some sort of computer game, or
Established with the Kings of War tabletop war game.
oh, okay, right.
I'm not actually familiar with it, so I couldn't tell you. So
my bad. So yeah, okay. So not a wargamer.
It sounds like there's a Kings of War tabletop war game. They're
Nice.
making an RPG of it,
Sweet.
using something called the Tricore rule set.
The Tricore rule set.
Yes, it's a lightweight system. It says
Yes.
uses a dice pool and a keyword mechanic.
Okay.
That means, but yeah, that has been announced.
Yep. Sounds like a thing. So yeah, if you're a Kings of War fan, then this is very exciting news for you.
Yeah.
You should write in and tell us why.
What else have we got in the news? I think that might be it.
Out of news again. Could it be that in the run-up to Gen Con, people are
Saving
keeping
their news,
stuff
yeah.
to themselves? Yeah.
Pathfinder 2.
Oh yes. Yes,
So Paizo have announced a sort of countdown to Pathfinder schedule
yes.
of kind of media things. I think these are like Twitch games and all this sort of stuff. And they're counting down to Pathfinder with a whole bunch of different events which you can watch live. And
exciting.
let me have a look and see if I can find the list itself.
I'd love to hear about the schedule.
So we have got these. I won't give you the exact times, but there'll be a link in the show notes.
Huzzah.
But it's every few days, basically. It's
Yeah.
a different thing. So we start with character creation with
Yes.
Mark. I believe he's pronounced Seifter.
Safety?
Yeah.
Looks like.
Then
Sifter.
so these are all sort of like Twitch things, as I said.
Yes.
We've got playing the game with Logan Bonner.
Nice.
We've got advancing your character with Stephen Radney McFarland.
Lovely.
The World as We Know It with James Jacobs, which just talks about Galarian and the setting.
Euphonic.
And running the game with Pathfinder designer Jason Bullman.
Ooh.
So that's the sort of from the GM side, I guess.
Sounds good.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things, and 2 of them a week. Even more than that, actually. What we got? It started on Friday, July the 12th, so
Yeah, yes.
last Friday.
Yes.
And it goes up to Friday, July the 26th.
Marvellous.
So if you are interested in finding out more about Pathfinder, that is the place to go.
And was that Pacific time?
They were all
Or-
Pacific time. Well, yeah, I didn't say any times, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic. All available on Twitch. Good times.
Yes.
Right.
Where are we? I think that might be it now. It might actually be it. Hey, we got a review.
Did we get a review?
Yeah.
How exciting.
It's really interesting. Do you remember last week?
Yes.
We had a nice episode and we had Sam Webb on.
Oh,
from
Sam Webb
Devious,
was
and he
lovely.
was talking all about
Yes.
the spy game, and it was very nice.
It was a really long chat about that.
Yes,
That's very good.
I really enjoyed that
Yeah, that was
episode.
interesting.
Yes, Sam was a wonderful guest.
Yeah.
I think it was generally a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Well, I thought it was good. Ended up backing his Kickstarter off it, I suppose. So yeah. It's a danger of being on this podcast. Keep on backing Kickstarters from people.
Yeah. So we got a nice little comment from a chap called what's his name? Oh yes, Jonathan Baldridge.
Oh yes, yes.
I can say this because he's posted it publicly for everyone to see.
Oh, yes,
he's saying his inside words out loud, and he says, "Would you like to read what Jonathan Baldridge has to say?"
Okay.
You spent the vast majority of the podcast not even discussing the spy game. What a waste of my time.
Oh, doesn't he sound nice?
I can only assume he speaks like that.
He does sound nice, doesn't he? I want to be his friend now.
Oh,
He sounds such like a nice person. So lovely.
oh, bless him.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have wasted your time, Jonathan Aldridge. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we apologise unreservedly.
I mean, we have a podcast called Morris's Unofficial Tabletop RPG News, and in it we talked about some news, RPG news, and
We did.
we now realise our mistake.
Yes. Did we even do a sketch that week?
We did.
We did do a sketch. Okay, so we had the sketch, we had the news, but I think generally speaking, it was more than 50% by volume.
Yeah, but I mean, all those that sort of 50-odd episodes we've done where we've started with the RPG news, we now
Interesting.
realise we were wrong to do that. Bad us.
Yes, we should have just talked about, I don't know, character sheet design for at least an hour and not edited any of that out.
What a lovely man, Jonathan Aldridge. Thank you for that.
Yeah, yes.
Anyway, shall we?
If you'd like to leave us a review saying something nice, that would certainly decrease Russ's salt level. If you'd like to give us hate mail, then I promise to read it out in a variety of funny voices to make you sound really silly. It's all good. We don't mind.
Oh, dear.
Actually, that's a lie. I don't mind. Russ really minds. Oh,
Does this look like the face of someone in mind?
Anyway, obviously, long-time listener Jonathan Baldridge. We apologise for wasting your
I'll show
time.
you something. Look at this.
Maybe it's Jonathan. Maybe it's Baldridge. Maybe it's Jonathan B. Aldridge.
This is totally not connected.
This is unconnected in every way.
Right, where are we? I think we've done the news, haven't we?
Yes. We've mocked the hate mail.
Oh, was one thing I did want to do is...
Yes.
Don't know if you noticed, but last week we did in fact have a new theme tune for our Kickstarter game.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was fantastic. I loved it.
It's time to play our favourite game. It's time to play the game. Our favourite game in all the world. Guess the Kickstarter from just the name.
That was written by me.
Yes.
Sung by Dr. Wilko, who's one of our friends over on the Discord.
Hey, Dr. Wilko.
And the guitar music in the background was Darryl, our editor.
Truly his man of many talents.
And the tune was whoever originally wrote Auld Lang Syne. So thank you to them too.
Truly it's the marvel of cultural cross-work. But again, thank you for that stellar vocal performance from Dr. Wilko.
That was awesome. I love it so much.
Yes. We were hoping we'd be able to fit it on, and then once I heard this, it was the best. The best!
Sadly, we won't be using it this week because we haven't got a Kickstarter game this week.
Yes.
But
don't worry, we'll get guests on.
Yes.
Next week.
We're doing the Kickstarter game when we have guests. So.
Whoop, whoop.
Right, so, in my games, I like to challenge the players, not the characters. If you need to convince a guard of something, I want you to role-play it, not just roll a charisma check. It's role-playing with an R-O-L-E, not R-O-L-L. Are we all on board with this?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like a group which focuses on the role-playing and not the dice.
Very well. Right, now, where were we? Ah, yes. So you stand before King Balfrey IV and his royal court of 17 grand viziers, and you're about to request aid for the 18 duchies.
Okay, right. So I want to tell him all about the orc plague threatening the 18 duchies, and how, if the duchies fall, the 21 kingdoms will surely be next.
No, remember, I want you to roleplay it.
My character, Charming McChomerson, has 20 charisma. I mean, he'd be able to rattle off a speech easily. Can't I just make a roll?
Nope. Sorry. R-O-L-E, not R-O-L-L.
Right. Hang on. I'll need to write this down first. Okay, sorry that took so long. Here goes. Greetings, your eminence, from the 18 duchies. I stand here before you to request your aid against the greatest threat that the duchies, and indeed the 21 kingdoms, have ever faced. Surely, if we do not stand together at this time, our world will fall before the green-skinned hordes.
So the book stands open before you. The greatest tome of magic ever to exist. A record of spells ancient and powerful, and the only hope to save the world. Nice. Can you decipher the intricate runes before it's too late?
Yeah. What's that? An intelligence check?
Don't be silly. You have to decipher them yourself. Here's a copy of the book, which I have painstakingly transcribed for you.
Yay. Whoa, wow. That's 400 pages long.
We have all night. I mean, we agreed that rolling charisma checks sucks. Why would it be different for intelligence?
I suppose that makes sense.
So, as you reach the end of the tunnel, you suddenly find yourself teetering on the edge of a cliff, surely hundreds of feet straight down to the jagged rocks below. The ground crumbles slightly beneath your feet. Can you stop in time and avoid falling to your certain doom?
Whew. Lucky I didn't dump stat dex. Okay, so I have a +4.
No. We role play at this table, remember?
I don't know how to do that. This is a bit silly.
If you don't have to roll charisma or intelligence checks, what makes dexterity so special?
I guess.
I have prepared for this very eventuality. Now, stand on this chair. It has only 3 legs. If you can maintain your balance for 3 minutes, your character survives.
But that's ridiculous. My character is much more dexterous than I am.
Hardly the point, is it?
Fine. Oof.
The orc bears down on you, his sword raised. Okay, your turn.
Great. I attack him. I've got an 18. What? Does an 18 hit or not?
I think you're forgetting something.
You're kidding, right?
D&D is serious business. I never kid. Now pick up that replica sword over there and attack this dummy.
Fine. Oh, God, this thing's really heavy. There.
Poor technique. And the blow's a bit feeble. That's a hit, but you only do 3 damage.
What? That's totally not fair. I can't even roll for damage.
Role-playing, remember?
But aren't we taking this a bit far?
The giant scorpion swings its tail around, plunging its stinger into your arm. You feel the deadly poison coursing through your veins.
Oh, do I have to make a constitution save?
Not exactly.
Wait, what's that?
This bottle contains a liquid. You need to drink this.
It says cyanide on the label.
Well, yes, we're role-playing your ability to resist the effects of poison.
I am not drinking cyanide, mate. You're absolutely insane.
Insane, am I? How would you know? Make an intelligence check.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We just wanted to mention our Patreon. Peter, are you familiar with our Patreon?
Oh, is it patreon.com/Morrus?
Yes.
MORRUS.
At patreon.com/Morrus, you can find our Patreon, which is what pays for our podcast and buys us all these wonderful microphones and mixers and other little bits and pieces.
And wires. So many wires.
And all these wires. We have a load of wonderful Patreon backers at the moment. And those backers get...
We cherish you all.
Yes, we do cherish them very much. And those backers get bonus content every single week, just as a thank you for backing our Patreon.
And because they're so awesome and so quick off the mark, they also get to talk to us in our Discord channel, which is pretty good. And we'll sometimes even deign to answer that. But even more importantly, when we have guests coming onto the show, they have the opportunity to ask questions of those guests. And then we will pass on the questions that we think our guests will answer.
So please, if you do enjoy the podcast, head on over to patreon.com/Morrus. Link will be in the show notes. Yes. And support us, even with just $1 a month. Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Yes.
Topic of the week.
So it begins.
I have a book.
You're a publisher, Russ. You have many books.
To be fair, I do have many books, but in my hands right now I have a book.
Ooh, so you do.
You see it?
I do.
It's nice, isn't it? Would you like to touch it? Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Oh
licked
my
it.
God, he
It's
just
mine
licked
now.
it. He just licked it.
Yes. What we have here is we've got the Expanse Role Playing Game.
Why is it now melting?
Oh, sorry, did I not mention I'm literally drinking battery acid. It's very refreshing. Not so good for your teeth.
What I got here is my copy of the Expanse Role Playing Game, which I backed on Kickstarter last year, I think. And this arrived a few weeks ago, but I haven't had a chance to delve into it yet.
Yep.
And then we were going to do it last week, but then Sam Webb was able to suddenly come on the podcast. So
we do prefer guests.
So we're doing it this week, and here we have the Expanse role-playing game.
Yes, for those of you not familiar with the Expanse, it is a story of science fiction set largely in the solar system. All about humans going around doing human things, but there are some strange and bizarre things. A sort of grey goo incident maybe coming along. What I'm seeing from the front cover is we've got, I'm going to guess, an Indian lady is speaking to what looks like the United Nations. We have a pilot working away on some sort of like hovering in the air holographic display, and I'm going to guess, bearing in mind it's a red surface, that's one of the Martian Marines.
So just to put it into context a little bit, what's your sort of experience and knowledge of the Expanse?
Well, I've read at least 6 books, maybe 7. I was reading them on Kindle.
Yeah.
Because it makes them much more portable.
Have you seen the show?
I have tried watching the first series, and then the people I was watching with all fell asleep, so I sort of took the hint. I did find the Belter patois very hard to follow when spoken. It's a lot easier to decode when you see it written down if you're prepared to have a shot at various languages. And even then, it's a bit tricky.
So I think my experience is the opposite of yours then. So I read the first book.
Yes.
But I haven't read any more than that. But I'm halfway through season 3 of the TV show.
Exciting.
So you probably know a lot more considerably more plot-wise than I do.
I did watch... We did jump back in with season 2 because we were told that the whole of season 1 did not finish the book, but got most of the way through it. So that's where I'm coming from. And yeah, it looks alright. Things are good, but I really love the books, but yeah, I guess that's one of the things. If you like the books, it makes it much harder to make the connection to characters on the screen.
I enjoy the TV show.
That's great.
I found it was a slow burn getting into it. It was only about sort of like 4 or 5 episodes in the first series where I started to really gel with it, and now I'm quite well hooked.
Yes, indeed.
So this is the role playing game.
Yes.
Published by Green Ronin.
Yes.
It's a hardcover, colour book, and we know what our readers really want to know.
Absolutely.
Readers?
Listeners
really want to know.
I've got you saying it now.
What does it weigh?
Very well. We shall get the scales out.
Let's find out what the Expanse role-playing game weighs.
Okay, let's switch that on.
Switch that on. Switch those scales on.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Scales ready.
We place it delicately upon the scales. The tension mounts. The numbers change.
Oh, looks like it's coming in at 802 grams.
Ooh.
Or a hefty £1, 12 and 3/8 ounces.
Wow, there we go.
There we go. Fantastic. That's the weight of knowledge that you have acquired here.
Does that mean our review is now complete? We've covered the most important thing.
Yeah, for all practical intents and purposes.
We might as well talk about the contents as well.
Yeah,
since we're here.
We'll do some filler episodes in case we
this is
the wrath of Mr. Baldridge once again.
So one of the first things you notice when you open the book like that.
Oh, yes.
You can hear this on the podcast, probably me unfolding this, but this is
it's perfect podcasting material
between us.
Yes.
So this is a poster map of the solar system.
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, I can see it, but the listeners probably can't.
No, the listeners can't, yeah.
Yes.
No, it's just that the sun's really shining on it there.
No.
What's that?
No, that's the sun. It's actually printed on the paper for us. It's not actually that bright.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a poster map of the solar system.
Yep.
And the poster map has tables on it, sort of surrounding the edges of things like average communication time between locations in minutes.
Yes.
Travel time, average travel time between locations in hours.
It's got at different multiples of G being gravity. One of the core conceits, which is very quickly brought up in the books, is there is a constant acceleration drive. That's not really physically feasible, but as part of the story, they make it work. So it's nice to have the different options.
I think so the Expanse is kind of a hard sci-fi setting with some exceptions.
Yeah.
Basically, isn't it? So it's
fairly.
They talk about delta V's and they talk about G's of acceleration and all this sort of stuff. It's people who grow up in different environments.
Yes.
Like if you grow up on an asteroid, like Ceres.
Yes. As a belter.
As a belter, you're going to find the gravity on Earth very, very hard to endure, for example.
Well, yes. It's a lot more than you're used to.
Exactly. Yeah. I have had chance to read this book.
Yes, I have not.
It's very, very pretty.
Okay.
It's full colour. If you have a look at this.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Flick through. Lots of nice layout.
Yeah, the artwork looks pretty consistent, and there's quite a bit of it, actually.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of colour.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Getting some nice character pictures.
So there's Naomi, which was one of the characters in the...
yes.
They don't look the same as they do on screen, but obviously they wouldn't, because this is based on the books rather than...
Yeah.
They haven't got the actors' likenesses.
Yeah. Yes. Bobby Draper, marvellous. Alex. Yeah. Alex.
Who else do we have? Amos.
Yeah.
So he looks totally different, doesn't he?
Yes. Oh goodness. Yes. He. Yeah. That face looks like it's been ridden hard and then put away wet. Right. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you familiar with the age system at all?
The adventure game engine, in no way. I know they created it for Dragon Age, but that.
Let me try and explain it very briefly, as far as I understand it.
Go for it.
I've never played it.
Yes.
Literally, I'm getting this from my read through of this book.
Yes.
So, it's a 3d6 system.
Yes.
Most of the time, you're going to be rolling 3d6.
Yeah. Like in GURPS.
Like in GURPS. You get a bonus from -2 to +4 depending on your attributes.
Okay.
So it's got 9 attributes, and I can't remember them all, but there's strength, there's accuracy, there's communication. There's 9 different attributes.
Yeah.
And
I'm just having a quick look for a character sheet.
Each will give you a score from -2 to +4, with 1 being the average. For a sort of normal human.
Okay, so you've got accuracy, communication, constitution, dexterity, fighting, intelligence, perception, strength, and willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you roll your 3d6,
yeah.
you add your -2 to +4,
yep.
and you try to beat the target number, depending on what the difficulty of the task is.
Okay.
Fairly simple, straightforward thing.
Sounds good.
One of the dice, one of your 3d6,
yes.
is going to be a different colour.
Okay.
And that's called your stunt dice.
Ooh.
And what happens is if you roll two numbers the same,
yes,
you look at your stunt dice,
yes,
and you get that many stunt points. Did that make sense?
Oh yes.
So
if you've got 2 white dice, which are a regular dice, and you've got a red stunt dice,
yeah,
that's the 3 dice you roll.
Yeah.
Then you roll.
You roll your 3d6.
Yes, you roll your 3d6. If you get a double on your white dice,
double on any of them, I think.
Including the stunt dice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then the number on the stunt dice tells you how many stunt points you get. Now, these stunt points,
yes,
you can spend on doing special abilities and maneuvers, or getting special bonuses, or basically doing stunts. And every type of activity, whether it's fighting or flying a spaceship or a social encounter, they've got tables of different stunts and their costs.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
So depending on how many stunt points you've got, you can do a better stunt. If you just got 2 stunt points, you can do a less good stunt.
Okay, makes sense.
So you basically you earn these stunt dice, mainly by luck, I guess.
Yeah.
And and then you just spend them on special abilities.
Okay, yeah. Is there like a target number that you're generally going for when you're running your 3d6?
Yeah, but it depends on the difficulty of the task. So they've got a table with different, starting with easy, going up to nigh impossible.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's 2 points from each. So they start, so they go up as far as about 24-ish, I think.
Okay, yeah. So it starts...
maybe 22, 24?
Yeah.
Now, if you rolled 18 and you had +4...
That'd be a 22.
That'd be 22, and there's a possibility to get another +2 from something called a focus.
Right.
Which just means something you're really good at.
Okay, yeah. So that'd be giving you a massive...
24.
24, yeah.
Really high. So that's basically the system. It's a fairly simple, straightforward system. Fairly easy to understand.
Yeah.
Haven't tried it in practice, but it seems to me like it would play well and fast.
Yeah. It all looks fairly clean and well laid out. Fairly system light in many ways. There's a variety of conditions that you could expect to have inflicted on you, and they appear to be included on the...
there's a lot of D20 system DNA in there, I can see.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So a character, so there's no levels as such, although you do kind of level up. So your GM tells you, I think they call them the GM. Yeah, there's a game master in this. He tells you when you've leveled up, so you don't have XP. It's just kind of milestone leveling. When you level up, you just get a whole bunch of things which you can add to your character. And you have a number of different facets to your character.
Yep.
So when you're creating the character, you start with, I want to say a race. I don't think they call it a race though, because your choices are Earther, Mars, or Delta.
Yeah. Like which culture you come from.
Yeah, so it's just the three choices there.
Yep.
You choose a background, which is kind of how you grew up, sort of thing.
Okay.
You choose a profession, which is what you do now.
Yep.
and you choose another few little bits and pieces. And each of these things gives you sort of attribute points, or it gives you abilities or focuses or talents and things like that. So they all just kind of stack on top of each other.
Yeah. People in a role-playing game.
This is a section on spaceships and space travel.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a lot of sort of scientific stuff in this. So it's talking about thrust and mass and velocity and delta V's and spin, and it just discusses the epsilon drive.
That constant acceleration drive that we're talking about.
We've got trajectories and retrograde and prograde and lots of stuff like thrust to weight ratio, orbit transfers, and all this sort of stuff.
Oh goodness! Do you think things like apoapsis and periapsis might be intimidating? Or
this is kind of more background reading than hard rules. It's I think it's kind of more sort of just setting the tone. Like, this is the setting that you're dealing with. Does sort of talk about that sort of stuff in a hard sci-fi kind of way.
Okay.
I don't think you actually have to calculate them or anything.
So apoapsis is apparently that's the highest point from an object. Periapsis is the lowest.
Yeah.
And then apoapsis is also known as apogee. Right.
It's like space travel. It will just sort of say, right, the average distance between Earth and Jupiter is this. And obviously the distance changes all the time depending on their relative positions in the solar system.
Well, as you point out, I haven't read this, so how much of this is relevant?
Well, it's interesting, and it sets the tone, I think, is essentially. It's fluff material.
Okay, yes. One man's rocket science and another man's fluff.
I find it fascinating. I absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love that sort of stuff. I'm well into hard sci-fi and all that. I include quite a lot of sort of stuff in my games as well, because I just find it really interesting. And I like the idea of the game being slightly educational as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You learn something where you play it.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
We've got these tables here. Average distance between locations in AU. So like the average distance between, Saturn and Pluto is 29.97 AU.
Yes.
And then you've got average travel times and average communication times as well.
Yeah, you've been the astronomical unit, which is the length of time it takes.
It's the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So 93 million miles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then we've got spaceships here. So ships have fairly small stat blocks.
Yes.
And it looks like space combat is fairly simple. But here's some spaceships here. Look, so you see the stat blocks basically smaller than a credit card sized section there.
Yep.
So you got size, hull, crew.
Well, those are all like very, very small ships. Have we got?
Yeah, so we can go through some larger ones as well. So a large freighter, a battleship here.
Okay, but they still are getting slightly longer, but
they're still fairly small stat blocks. So it's nice and simple to run.
Okay, yeah.
At least as far as I can tell. Again, I haven't tried it, but it looks simple to run. Yeah. It's a narrative starship combat system, so you don't have to have miniatures or anything like that. You just have 3 different ranges, which is long, medium, and short.
Yes.
And you can change the ranges on your turn.
Yes, close, medium, and long, in fact, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And stuff like that.
Okay.
What else do we have in here?
Why? Yeah, sorry, never mind. Yeah. Okay, so talents. Lots of talents, ways to customise your characters.
Yeah, lots and lots of abilities here. I guess they're kind of equivalent to feats.
I do like the fact that they've decided to make it go just basically off the skill, and the skills are +1, +2, rather than having to consult a table.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, communication, perception, misdirection.
Yeah, they're kind of like feats, aren't they? They're the sort of equivalent of.
Yeah.
Equipment. Section on equipment here. So it's quite interesting the way they handle wealth and buying equipment and stuff. So you don't keep track of wealth.
Okay.
You just have an income score.
Okay.
And if you want to buy something,
yes,
it will have a difficulty to purchase. You roll your income dice.
Okay.
And if you beat it, you're able to buy it. If you fail, you can't afford it at this time.
No.
And if you buy something that's, I think it's like 10 points higher than, if you manage to succeed to buy something that's 10 points higher than your income score, it represents a massive expenditure of your resources, and your income score actually goes down.
Oh.
But otherwise, it doesn't affect your income.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was quite a clever idea. I mean, it's not new. That's D20 Modern did that, and I'm sure probably many, many games did that before then.
Okay.
Lots of information on various equipment, drones, mechs, environment suits, weapons.
It's got names for various different types of weapons.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a table, I'll be honest.
Grenades. Well, they're quite small. If you see what they don't list lots of weapon names and stuff like that. They just they just do it by weapon types. You've got pistol, rifle, grenade, heavy, close, that sort of thing.
So if you're really interested in the kit side of things, then
it's a bit more abstract.
It's pretty heavily abstracted, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, and then armor. Essentially, you've got padding, light, medium, heavy, and power armor. Are your choices there?
And descriptions of these,
Lots and lots of descriptions of equipment, medicine, pharmaceuticals. And then we jump straight into the gameplay.
Oh, okay, So, the questions I always look for is, how does initiative work?
It's fairly standard, fairly similar to D&D.
Okay, and are the grapple rules going to require me to get a separate flowchart for the table? Is it basically a separate combat system that's being run in parallel?
I don't think it has specific grapple rules.
Okay.
At least I didn't spot any. I could double check it, but
we don't appear to be seeing any.
No, I don't think they have. No, it doesn't have specific grapple rules. I mean, the combat is fairly simple.
Oh, they got rules for traces,
I mean, chases and all these different things are just examples of sort of opposed skill checks and things like that. And these are the stunts. So remember I mentioned stunts.
Oh, yes,
So you get these big tables just with different costs for stunts. So you've got chase stunts, and you might have, I don't know, interference. A character of your choice suffers a -2 penalty on the next chase test. Or combat stunts. Guardian Angel. Choose an ally within 5 metres. If they would take damage before your next turn, 1 damage point per stunt point spent transfers to you instead. Things like that. So, or taunt, vicious blow, shock and awe, lightning attack. Gun stunts, grappling stunts. Maybe
that's where the grappling comes in.
So
they've got grappling, but they've actually tied it in so it's also like a regular mechanic. Okay, that's quite a clever way to do it. So I generally approve of these.
You've got takedowns, human shields, strangles, hostages.
Oh goodness.
Melee stunts, vehicle combat stunts.
And they all have a skill point cost. So various
stunt point cost. Yeah. Infiltration stunts, exploration stunts. So everything you can do.
It's basically stunt. Okay. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's basically a very, very quick overview. I like it. I think the system feels very familiar to me.
Yeah.
I mean, having played D20 games, I can definitely see the D20 DNA in there. I think if you've played a D20 game, you'll pick this up just like that.
Yeah.
Really super simple. It's maybe a tad more narrative than I like.
Yeah, there's a lot of because I know you quite like to have like tables and tables of things.
Tables and tables of things.
You laugh like a man who does not have 3 separate pole-arm tables in his book of old.
Well, but
but nothing.
You don't need to use that table at the game table though.
So that's I also got some nice static values there. I'm seeing for creating a character. It looks like they've got a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, the only way to really tell how something works is to play through it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of narrative DNA in this, which, to be honest, is probably quite useful.
So the setting of this, it only has stuff in it as far as
spoilers for book 2,
when the space station crashes into Venus, which is quite early on, second book.
Yes, spoilers for...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to communicate that, but it's... that's the default setting.
It's like book 2,
Yeah, so it doesn't tell you anything beyond that. So I don't, having read this book, I don't really know anything beyond that.
No, makes sense.
They say that future books and future supplements will cover later events in the series,
which is really good.
Yeah. So if you read this book, you won't get super spoiled. On the TV show or the novels, which I think is kind of cool.
I did notice a couple of things as I went through.
There's bits, bits, but
nothing that's not out of the published material.
Yeah.
So far.
It's got guidelines for when you want to set the game, so it assumes you're going to set it at that time, but you can set it before the events of the Expanse earlier in history, or even after the end of the Expanse. I mean, I can't tell you what that's like after the end of the books completely. Caliban's War, is that the last one, or
no, not by a long way.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, Persephone something.
Oh, okay.
I was having a look at that earlier. But yes, there's about 7 or 8 books. And there's a lot of material out there. It would be hard to set it after the end of the books, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
Are the books finished?
No, I don't think so.
No, there's still more to go.
I don't know. I haven't read the last one.
Oh,
but
okay.
I would be surprised if they had managed to finish it in one book.
Yeah.
There's a big old lot of information to digest and explore. But no, it looks pretty interesting, and like certainly following along maybe on parallel or like very close to the plot of the Expanse series would not be the worst thing you could do.
You could. I mean, it does kind of suggest that generally speaking, that's not what you're going to be doing.
Well, yeah, because players being players, they're all just going to do their own things.
Yeah.
Especially if they've
So
read
it
the
sort
books.
of discusses things like, I don't know, some political uprising on a space station that you're dealing with, or this or that. So you don't have to be engaged with the main TV series or book
absolutely
plot at all.
No. There's definitely a very good sandbox feel to.
It kind of feels like you could sort of do Firefly with it. If you take out the main plot, you're basically talking. You could be talking a lot of sort of just like traders flying around a single solar system, just trying to make a living as mercenaries or something like that.
Yeah, tricky because there's not that much space for mercenaries in the game has set. Or it would not be on like a sort of a nation war.
Well, there's lots of cargo haulers and there's water haulers and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And Firefly is basically just a hauler.
It would be mercenaries, but more on the level of private police and maybe investigators.
Yeah.
Rather than, as I was thinking of it, like people selling their services.
Well, there's got to be corners of the setting that the TV show and the books don't explore.
Oh, well, indeed.
Which would be fun for players to explore.
Oh, yeah. No, indeed, it could be very interesting. Your imagination is the limit. Yeah, well, I'd certainly be interested in things like Adventure Path. That would be a very good strip. And further source books and setting books.
There's one free adventure in the back of this, which I won't spoil. It's fairly sort of simple. Simple, basic adventure. I mean, my overall impression of this is I like it. I feel like the system, this is the first time I've really been exposed to the system.
Yeah.
Looks like, especially given the fact that I'm familiar with D20 based stuff, I could pick up really easily. I don't think I'd struggle picking that up within one session in the slightest.
No. It looks all pretty simple. There's no massive amounts of complexity, so yeah.
The setting, I mean, I like the idea of hard sci-fi settings. I think, if you didn't want to necessarily play in the Expanse world, you could use it as a generic hard sci-fi game as well. And I think it would work well like that.
Yes. I mean, I suppose one thing we should probably mention is that playing an alien race is not on the table. No,
it's just Martians, Belters, and humans.
Yeah. Like I said, there's plenty of interesting artwork.
Oh, the art's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crammed full of colour artwork.
Yes.
It's interesting how, obviously they don't envisage things exactly the same way as they do on the TV show.
No.
So I'm used to seeing characters as they are on the TV show, and they look totally different in here. Which is fine, I mean, that happens with Lord of the Rings, and it happens with all sorts of licensed stuff, because the licenses for the books and the shows are different.
Well, I find that actually quite reassuring, because it means that they're paying more attention to the books and drawing more.
Well, it seems that the authors, James S.A. Corey, which is a pen name for two people, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
It seems they were largely involved in this. They've written a foreword here, where they say that Green Ronin let them, really get involved with the development of the system, and not the system, but the game.
Yes.
And they've also got a story called The Last Flight of the Cassandra. It's a short story, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages long, which I've read, which I like.
Nice.
I assume this is unique to this book.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, so there's a short story there. And there we go. That's basically it. I mean, it's very well laid out. I love the layout of it.
Yeah.
Very simple, very clear.
Oh, yes, they've got sort of drama dice, yes.
Yeah.
Is that the 7th C thing I'm thinking of?
What's that? No, the drama dice? That's that red dice of your 3d6.
Yeah. But have you played 7th C?
I have not played 7th C.
I understand there to be a drama dice there.
Okay.
So, I'd need to go and do some research.
Fair enough. No, I've not played 70. You want to talk to Andy Peregrine about that? That's his favourite game. He does like that game very much.
Yeah.
There we go. That's The Expanse.
Yes. So we've got a very special edition about Pathfinder 2nd edition.
We'll be doing that, yeah, as soon as we're legally allowed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is after August the 1st.
Yes. Well, yes, obviously we can't do anything before it becomes available, but maybe we could ask our listeners to have the questions they're most desperate to have answered about Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so listeners, if you have questions about Pathfinder 2nd edition, give them to us as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because we'll need time to research the answer. Because bear in mind, we're not going to be experts at Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Nope.
And if you just ask us out of the blue, we're probably going to go, I don't know. But if you give us time, we'll research the answers, and when we do our Pathfinder episode, we will answer those questions. And if you're a Patreon supporter, definitely 100%, we will absolutely answer your question. Yes. To the best of our ability.
The people giving us money to make this podcast happen, I'm sorry, but they get to be first in the queue. Queue jumping! Huzzah!
I think that's probably it for the week then.
I think we are probably
quite a snappy little hour and a half there.
I know. It's almost like we've done this before. It would be a shame, in fact, if after the previous 56 episodes we had not in fact gotten some way better.
Maybe we've gotten worse. Listeners, let us know. Have we gotten better or have we gotten worse?
Russ has gotten worse. Tell him that. That'll make him really happy. And tell him why did you do an episode about the Expanse and spend so little time talking about the Expanse. That'll really cheer him up. Oh, and remember Semmit's rubbish as well. He really enjoys that.
I do.
Actually, spoilers, he may not enjoy that.
Friends, if you say it wittily, I might.
Yeah. That's a harder ask than you might think.
Yes.
Anyway, so it's been an interesting time. I've certainly learned a lot about the adventure game engine, the Expanse Role Playing Game, and the latest news. So thanks for having me on. We'll be back here, same bat time, same bat place next week.
Yeah. It's goodbye for me then.
Bye for me. Goodbye. Bye.
Apparently I now have to read this to you. This is the official podcast of Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG news, which you can find at enworld.org. You can find show notes at morris.podbean.com or wherever you found the podcast. If you feel like they deserve it, you can support the show on Patreon. In return, you will receive exclusive bonus content. Just go to patreon.com/Morris. If you're interested in his babbling nonsense, you can follow at Morris on the Twitter. Send your emails to morrispodcast@gmail.com. Not all of your emails, just the ones you want us to see. That's it. I'm bored now. You can go away. Shoo, off you go. Goodbye. Get out of here.